¿Me cerrás esta puerta y la otra? Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
The Turbisher is at 8:15, he said?
Yes.
Okay.
He wrote at 8, but it's 8:15.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I wrote it at 8:15.
I'm pretty sure that's it's what we talked about.
Yes, I wrote new time,
Oh.
8:15. Going.
Mario.
Oh, Velo, was machst du, Velo? Welcome back.
Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Hold on, let me just switch on the light again. It's a little finster.
Oh, you're outside?
No. I'm inside today. I should go outside, but I'm inside. How are you, Harold?
I'm good, Walter. Where have you been?
I was in New York.
Oh,
I had a bar mitzvah of my nephew's son. So my brother came in from
very
South
nice.
Africa, and my niece came in from South Africa with her husband. So it was nice.
Very good. I saw your McKitten's article in the Jerusalem Post.
A great article.
He's very good.
Yeah, we should post it on this. I should post it.
Yeah, he's a very good writer.
He wrote very well.
Yeah.
That should be in the New York Times and the Washington Post and these other places.
Well, yeah, true, but
But yeah, of course, but where's Kenny Alta? I don't see him.
I don't know.
Mario, switch off the recording. That will start when he comes.
I don't think he's in
Mario,
Montana.
Mario,
Yes.
switch off the recording and then you'll start when he comes. I'll remind you.
Okay.
You know, because the recordings land up.
Problem 16 and 17. The minion is at The minyan is at Yavna at 7:40.
7:40.
Right.
40, yes.
And Sorba's at 8:15.
I got it.
Okay.
How was the shear last night?
He was just here, Jonas and Rosenblum. I was just taking him over to Barry Weiss. He wanted to see him. Very good, very good, very insightful. He's right on top of the news. He knows what's going on. He said that there's a realization that that Tzahal is going to need more manpower, and the Haredim are going to have to participate in it. He said it. He said it open.
Major war, my friend.
He said it open, which and nobody gave him pushback. I was surprised because, it was a lot of Rabbi Best people there. There was other people too, but it was pretty well attended. And
were there any women there?
Yes, there were a fair number of women there. Yeah.
What was it? Was separate.
He said like this from night. Yeah.
Was huh?
Yeah, it was separate, but he was in the middle by a stender. Yeah, it was separate. Rabbi Bess was there. Rabbi Byron, there were Rabbonim there.
Hold on a second, Harold. Harold.
Yeah.
We need you for a minyan. Can you come to minyan today for Mincha and Marif?
Where's it going to be?
At Yavne, at the school.
What time?
7:40.
For sure. 7:40. Yeah.
Can you reply yes?
Yes.
No, but can you put it in the? Are you on the WhatsApp?
I'll put it in. I'll put it in. Harold.
Put it in.
I'll say Harold can come.
Harold Katz is coming. Yeah, just say so.
And then
Thank you.
after the Ernie.
I'll say Harold Katz is in. Listen to what he said. He said between they call Israel an apartheid state. He said in the West Bank, between 1967 and 1992, when Israel gave the West Bank back, they built 7 universities. There wasn't one university in the West Bank. And when Israel handed it over back to the Palestinians, they had built 17 universities for them. And when you go into Hadassah Hospital today, you're more likely than not to be treated by an Israeli Arab doctor or nurse or anesthesiologist, because they've been trained in universities that were built by the Israelis for them. And they call that apartheid. You know what I'm saying? So he said 5,000 Israeli soldiers are now putting on tefillin that were not putting on tefillin before October 7th. We're talking about secular soldiers. Somebody donated 5,000 pair of tefillin to give out, and 5,000 accepted upon themselves to do a daily tefillin. And yet other nice things like that, other pieces of information. Okay, so we're on Pei Bays. If you haven't met Jonathan, he's a very special person. Very nice, very friendly, very open, very well. He went to Yale Law School. So he's very well educated. He knows philosophy. So he's I enjoy listening to him. Okay, Pei Bays. Hilveo lamashkan ktani. Eloi kasha kan shilveo mos. Makes a difference. If money was lent, kan shilveu peiros. And Bahamid Itani Sefer Rabbi Yehuda Oimer, Hilveu Mois. We're talking about what kind of shomer is he? That on the mashkon, if money was lent, he's a shomer chinam. But if goods were lent, Hilveu peiros shomer socher. So what? Michlad the Tanakama lo shani le? Is the Tanakama saying there's no difference? No. Rather, the whole mission is Kul Rabbi Yehudi, the Chasuri Mechsera. There's something missing. V'achikton. Yovela mashkom, person made a loan, and the mashkom was given. Now, the guy who has the mashkom, he's a shomer sacher. When Bamed Varamorim Shilveu Peiros, when the loan was fruit, Avalveu Mos, then shomer chinam. Rabbi Yehuda Oimer, Veu Mos shomer chinam. So it's all Rabbi Yehuda. Kamala must look Rabbi Kiva, but this is not like Rabbi Kiva. Normally, the Gemara is not going to accept if the Mishnah is not like Rabbi Kiva, because Rabbi Kiva, who is the author of most anonymous Mishnahs, Rabbi Meir. And who was the Talmud, who was the Rebbe of Rabbi Meir? Rabbi Kiva. So basically, the opinions of most Mishnahs is the opinion of Rabbi Kiva.
Hold on a second, Ernie.
Yes.
Mario, did you put on the recording?
Yes,
Yes, I see the
Okay,
recording.
Okay, good. Okay.
So it's clearly not like Rabbi Yezer. So Lema ben Loishami Mashkan Shir Zuzi. Maybe we're talking about a case where the loan was $1,000. The mashkan was only $500. And they're arguing in the principle of Shmuel. With Shmuel Kamif, Kedama Shmuel, Haiman de Usfe Alpha Zuzi Lechavre. A man who loaned $1,000. Va'anach lekata de magli loyal. He only gave a shovel, which obviously is worth much less as the mashkan. If Ovid kata de magli, if the shovel is lost, of the Alpha Zuzi, the guy doesn't have to pay back the loan. So that can't be. If you gave a mashkon that is not the same value as the loan itself, nobody holds like Shmuel. Rather, the mashkon was the same value as the loan. You know, when you give a mashkon, the one who gets the mashkon, he's the owner of it now. Why? It says, Hashev tashiv lo is ha'avot. At night, if they gave you a pillow for a mashkon, and the ani can't sleep without the pillow, you have to give him back the pillow. And it says, ulachati et staka, and it will be viewed for you like staka. What do you mean? Imein akona mashkon, if it isn't considered his, what kind of staka is? I mean, staka minole. Mikan labal chav shekona mashkon. A creditor was given a mashkon and he's coined it. Is that so? Remember, a mashkon can be given at the time the loan is funded, or let's say 2 months later. When you give a mashkon at the time of the mashkon is meant to sort of register the loan. Now, if 2 months later a mashkon is given, that's because the guy's concerned he's not going to get paid back. So maybe on Rav Yitzchak b'mishkon shelo b'shas alvaso. That means later on the mashkon is given because he's concerned he's not going to get paid back. So maybe then he says that the one who has the mashkon is koined. Maybe he doesn't say that din when the mashkon is given at the time of the alva. Ella mashkon shelo b'shas alvaso kol ama islud Rav Yitzchak. Everybody holds that when the collateral is given after the fact, the Baal Choiv is coined to the mashkon. Here, though, in our Mishnah, we're talking about Hacha b'mishkon b'shas alvaso. The mashkon is given at the time of the loan. The question is, Shomer Aveda Kamifli, when you find a lost object in the street, and now you have it until you give it back to the original owner, what kind of Shomer are you? So it's machlokas, the Itmar. Shomer Aveda. Rabba Omar Shomer China. Rav Yisrael Shomer Socha. So maybe Rav Yosef Tanohi, maybe this issue of Rav Yosef is a machlokas Tanohi. Well, B'Shem Rav Aveda Kolama Islud Rav Yosef. Everybody holds that if you're found a lost object and you're watching it until you give it back, you're considered a Shomer Socha. Hacha let's say the lender who's been given a mashkon wants to use the mashkon, and he wants to rent it out. And let's say the loan was $100, and he rents it out for $20 a day, and he can over 5 days make $100. But basically, he's going to deduct that from the loan and give it back to the guy. So Mar Sover Mitzvah Ka'avid. Shehil Veyu. It's a mitzvah that he gave him a loan, and if he and he's getting schar, and even with the so that whatever schar he's getting, Shomer Socher. he's getting paid to be the watch. Umar Savar lo mitzvah kavid lei. Shalom also miskaven. He's doing it for his own anah. So therefore, in that case, he's imkein avishur mechina. Avishol musar lon last year mashkon shaloni parchas v'olech b'alva. A person can rent out a mashkon, so he can deduct the amount he gets from the loan. Amr Chanan Barami Amar Shmuel Loch Kabashol. V'afa b'shol lo Amr ela b'mora upesel v'kardon. Hoil v'nofish agrai v'zutu peschayu. We're talking about items that get a big amount of money for rent and are not damaged. These are like metal shovels and chisels and things like that. Mishnah. Hamaver chavis b'makom l'makom mishav. A shomer moved the barrel from a place to place. So, and it broke. Bein shomerchin and bein shomersocher yishav. Whatever kind, and whatever kind of shomer he is, he has to take a shvua that he was not negligent. The Gemara will explain why. Why should a shomer socher be potter? Even without pshiyah, he's chayiv, because a shomer socher is chayiv b'gneva v'veda. It's not fully oinus. If something gets stolen or lost, there's a little bit of pshiyah there. So normally a shomer socher doesn't. A shomer chinam takes a shvua that he wasn't negligent, and then he's potter. So the Gemara will have to explain this. What does it mean here? Bein shomer chinam, bein shomer socher. And Rabbi Eliezer Omer also zev zeh yishava, but v'tamia ani micholin zev zeh yishava. He sort of repeats the din that he heard from Reb Meir, from his Rebbe like Reb Meir. But he was wondering about it. How could it be? How could the baby putter from Shvu? The Gemara will explain that as well. Torah bar mavir chavis chaver makom makom shvara. Moved the barrel from place to place that broke. Ben shomachin ben shomasocher yishava. That he was not negligent, and he's potter did Reb Meir. Rabbi Yehuda Omer shomachinam yishava like a regular shomachinam, who takes an oath that he was not negligent, he's potter. Noisei Socher says Rabbi Yehuda Yishalim, because a shomer socher is chayiv for gneva v'aveda. This is like gneva v'aveda. Rabbi Eliezer Omer zev zeh yishava, v'tamiyah ani michol zev zeh yishava. So I understand. L'meimer did Sava Rab Meir nitka lav poshehu. Nitka means like you tripped. So does Rav Meir hold that tripping is not negligence? It's like an oinus? Vatanya. Nishbra kadav lo silku. Person's walking in the Rishus HaRabbi. He broke a jug. He didn't clean it up. And nafla gamlo v'lo emida. Or his camel fell, he didn't stand it up. And somebody tripped over these things. Rav Meir mechayv bezikan. The guy who dropped the jug is chayiv. And the Chachamim and Potter Midinei Adam, you can't take him to court for payment, but Chayiv B'nei Shamayim. But there's a certain achrayus for Kaimelon that this machlokas is nitkal posheh pligi. How much do we say that somebody who trips is because he's a little bit negligent? And it seems from here, Reb Meir holds that the guy is somewhat negligent. On Rabbi Eliezer Tavra. No. It's a split Mishnah. Mi sheshana zu, lo shana zu. Two shitas in Rav Meir. Vas Rav Yehuda l'meimer. And Rav Yehuda is coming to tell me a different thing. Shomer chinam yishava. Because like any shomer chinam, he has to take an oath that he was not negligent. And no yisasacha yishalim. Haki dini v'haki, each one like their special din. Comes Rav Eliezer, Asar Rav Eliezer, Asar Rav Eliezer l'meimar, in Gemara Rav Meir, the Mesores, the traditions like Rav Meir. But I don't understand it. Why? I understand. Shomer takes an oath that he was not negligent, which the regular halacha is. Even kilo pashanami shlumi boy. A shomer chinam, even if it was not negligent, has to pay. And shomerchinim nami atinich in b'makom midron. If the barrel broke on a slanted incline road, so that's a takol, that's an accident. But that was clear that negligent that caused it. Okay. Tomorrow we'll finish Asoichas Umnim, and we'll start Asoichas Poyalim.
What time tomorrow?
See you later.
Tomorrow, 8:15, regular time, after Mincha Ma'ariv.
Ernie, don't forget my sword.
Thank you, 16 and 17, no problem.
Oh.